What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I got a couple tasks to take care of. If you guys have seen the last video, I finally finished the exhaust on the Wagon, and the car, it feels great to drive it on the streets again. I did make a couple pulls, but not anything too crazy. The exhaust still bounces around. I gotta go find some new replacement bushing and you know, stiffen up the exhaust system. It has 4 hangers on it, but it still flops around a lot. It hits the viscous coupler when I make a turn, so I gotta square that up before I start driving it more. I don't want the two metal to grind into each other. But right now I am headed to the welding store so I can get my tank welded up, because today I am going to be modifying some all-wheel drive trailing arms, and they are probably already sold. Somebody must have driven this van, because we're on E again, and I just pumped $30 the other day. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking in the comment section still about merchandises. The link is always in the description below. All right, guys, so got my gas, and I just bought some 4041 filler rod, 3/32, because I ran out a long time ago, and I like using the thicker rods for doing aluminum piping, like in the cooler and stuff. And can't find my keys. So guys, been home, was watching The Walking Dead, catching up because I didn't watch it yesterday. Ate some food, so I'm pretty much ready to rock and roll. So today, what I'm going to be doing is talking to my tuner, and I was like, because I have an event to attend in 2 weeks, and the new motor for this car isn't going to be done for a while, because I still need money to buy parts for the new motor. And I was talking about putting this car back on a dyno and figure out my first year sputter issue, or 4,000 RPM sputter issue. And he was like, is this the same motor? I was like, yeah, this is the same motor that's been in the car. Which, if you guys don't know by now, I've been running 3 cylinders, and I'm low compression on cylinder 2 for the longest time, and never really dove into seeing what's wrong with it. But I know it's more than likely a cracked ringland again, like the last motor. Same cylinder, same scenario, same problem. But he was like, maybe check the valve lash on it, see where it sits, and then kind of go from there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the valve cover off, TDC mark, check all the valve lashes, see where they sit, and then I'm gonna do compression again and see where it stands after the fact, and then we'll go from there. But today's task, or at least in this video, I need to convert these trailing arms to all-wheel drive. Wagon set and EG set right there. Mate the two together and have that ready for the customer. Has anybody noticed that I shaved this port off right here on the valve cover? And all of the letterings all gone, nice and smooth. 2-10s. I might retire this valve cover though, I'm not sure yet. I actually forgot that today I'm going live with HONDATA Inc. on Instagram, and also Sick Media. We're going to be talking about the HONDATA Experience event that's coming up. That's the event that I'm getting this car ready for. HONDATA Experience in Bakersfield, March 28th, I believe it is. They're going to be interviewing me at 6 o'clock today and kind of talk about the event a little bit. I was there last year, and they're going to talk about me pretty much, and a little bit about my cars, touch bases on that. I'm not really sure what's going to happen in the live. I'm all for it though, and I'm super pumped. So I'm trying to knock this out really quickly so I can have the car up and running for when they go live with me, and my car's not in pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and just remove the valve cover real quick and put everything on time. What I just did right now was I took my flashlight, shine it down there. I don't know if you guys can see those little marks on the crank pulley. Let me try to get some light on that for y'all. There's those little marks right there down in the crank pulley. There's a little arrow on the timing cover itself. I'm putting on the single white mark 16 degrees if it applies the same way from B to K, but it is pointing right on the arrow to the white line by itself. The ones on the right are 3 other degree marks, but I lined that up. The lines on the cam gear are lined up right there in the middle, and that kind of indicates TDC on cylinder 1. These dots are supposed to line up with the arrow, but if this is the original chain, it's going to be off. It's like maybe not even half a tooth off, but as long as those lines line up, down there is lined up, this cylinder should be at TDC. And one good way to tell is that the lobes are not facing down, which then would be pushing down on the rockers. The valves would be open. So right now TDC on cylinder 1 valves are all closed or seated, and I'm just gonna go through this with the feeler just to see where they're at. And when you're doing K series, the difference between B series is you do it between the lobe and the rocker. K series, I believe you do it down at the bottom to the head of the valve stem head itself, like right here at the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take measurements on those real quick, and then my only concern is this cylinder here. So I believe it's the same 1, 3, 4, 2. So I'm gonna go through these guys real quick and see what's off and what's not. Snug 9. Snug 9. Snug 11. Snug 11. A lot of rust. So cylinder number 3 is supposed to be 8 to 10 thou, right? This is a loose 12. This right here is a loose 12, which is out of specification, and I can move it freely in there. 13 doesn't go in, and this is supposed to be between 8 and 10, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get my tool, adjust this accordingly, and continue checking. Okay guys, so I just finished number 4, and the only side that was off was the intake side, but not by much. The exhaust was in spec. Now I'm on cylinder number 2. Both lobes are up, valve should be closed, and this one right now, again, it's supposed to be 8 to 10. It's currently on a snug 12 right there. Obviously this is not going to cause my major blow-by issue. I'm sure it's a ringland situation, but these guys were off as well too, and these guys aren't doing what this guy's doing as far as the last compression test goes. But I'm totally going to put these in spec right now. I gotta hustle up because we're supposed to be going live in a few, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish this, check this side after, and then we'll whip out the compression tester on this one cylinder, because I know this cylinder was 110 last time. Just pulled plug for cylinder number 2, and it is a little wet, like it's damped, and I'm about to do a compression test right now. But I also noticed that just now I haven't changed these plugs in like 3 years. Maybe that's my fault. It's important to, when you're doing compression tests, make sure you got a good battery and throttle down, coil packs are disconnected, and I'm gonna give it a couple cranks. See if I can zoom in. About 120. That's 10 more than last time, so that's good, but it's still low. So that's the one cylinder that's been smoking out this motor, even though I've been driving it like this for 2 years now. But I've smashed on this car so many times since, you know, that issue in 2018 with that one cylinder, and the car seems to be running perfectly fine other than smoking like a train. I'm probably gonna go through the compression later. I gotta set my car up, I'm gonna turn it around, do the interview, and I'm still debating if I want to put this car back in a dyno just to kind of clean up the map a little bit before Bakersfield. So I'm gonna give some result back to my tuner in just a minute, and then we'll figure out a verdict for what I want to do. Turns on, so I'm gonna go ahead and move it real quick, go with the whole live process real quick, and we'll catch up with you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I spent my morning moving a lot of stuff to the storage, and I also went to Home Depot to grab some shipping material. But I'm back now and it started raining. But it's all good. For the rest of my day, I am going to start working on the trailing arms right here. Got to go to the backyard, grab the jig, and then I am going to set it up right here under the light, and let's start cutting. Alright guys, so it's been a couple hours now since the time lapse, and my cousin was over here watching a basketball game. I don't know what that is, but anyways guys, I just completed one trailing arm and not two like I wanted to, but I mean, it's not a big deal. When you do this a lot of times, this thing becomes fast, and the reason why it took me longer today because I was hanging out with Jesus Christ himself, my cousin, my brother, everybody was just hanging out, having a, you know, a chillax day, and I just finished this right here. This is ready to rock and roll. Just need to be scuffed up, needs to be painted, and just need trailing arm bushings, and this trailing arm should be ready to go. It's already sold. I spoke to Jesus Christ. Every time we find unmodified trailing arms, we try to buy it ASAP so we can modify and flip it back to you guys or somebody here local or whatever it is. We just try to find them because we've seen them floating around for fairly cheap. So for the budget side of things, we buy them, we convert them, and we use them in our cars. Don't have anything else planned for the rest of the night, so I am going to end the video right here. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about merchandises. We're actually working on restocking the beanies. Thank you guys for you know, pretty much murdering the orders on the first release on that. We got some new tees coming out here real soon. I'm not sure if we already released it on the Built to Drive Instagram, but be sure to check out the Instagram for updates. But we are definitely working on restocking t-shirts and sweaters, so you guys stay posted for that. Thank you to everybody who has supported Built to Drive all of last year and into this year. We couldn't have made the brand grow as big as it is right now if it wasn't for you guys, and we truly appreciate that. If you guys enjoyed a little bit of this video today, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for Kat's new wagon, I am going to be taking the car here soon. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.